right. Hi, everyone. I think they kept the last one or the second last one for the best, I guess. So it's a charm, I guess. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to be here today and share the story of AmericanVan.com. The website says it all. It's owned by Clearance Technologies. That's our new parent company, so that's why the logo is right up there. And then Safe Fleet was our previous company, so now it's part of Clearance Technologies family. So I was told that I have to tell this story before I start. So I've done my corporate fulfillment, so let's start. So any guesses? Anyone who has heard about AmericanVan.com before? Anything? I know a few people in Magento knows about me, but if not, then I'll share the story. AmericanVan.com actually is a van truck equipment manufacturer and direct distributor, retailer, however you want to put it, out of New Jersey. They started back in 1978 actually. So I did work with the original owners and two fabulous guys actually from New York. And they back in 70s they thought this is the best thing they can do if they start selling direct. So local HVAC guys, electricians, they created a catalog and they started manufacturing everything in New Jersey and selling them direct actually. So the direct D2C model, if you can say, it's pretty old actually. I mean, right now it's a phenomenon in .com world actually, the D2C and everything, but if imagine back in 78, they started doing it. They registered the domain back in 2000. I remember my previous boss. He registered the domain in 2000. And then they built their first website in 2001. Don't ask me who did it. I don't know. I wasn't there. So, but they built the first e-commerce website. And they also opened up, I was telling earlier someone, the Google Ads account. So everything was created back in 2001, Google Ads account, and whatever is needed back in 2000. And fast forward actually, I would say 10 years, they got serious about it. And they started getting a lot of orders actually online. I was told, I did the numbers recently, they were getting about 25% of their orders online back in between 2005 to 2010 actually. And it was a big thing because both the owners, by then the CEO and the chief marketing officer, they don't know what's happening, but the orders are coming in, 25% of their orders coming in through their e-commerce website. But I'm going to take a break and say that imagine if you see over there, we have a still old branding over there, but this is kind of our normal work van looks like. Everything if you see over there, the letter rack, then there's more stuff which goes inside the storage solutions and everything, we manufacture. So it's not something like a normal e-commerce where you just go, add to the cart and order. It's an industrial product which you're buying. So you have to know first the product, or if you don't know, then kind of you have to make the website in a way that where you can find things which suits your need, then kind of add to the cart, and then check out. But now this is something which happens, kind of before the curtain. Behind the curtain, imagine the fulfillment and everything, and we have a kind of a pretty unique solution in the back end, which I'm going to tell you like how we claim that we are number one when it comes to all the stats and everything. We switched to Magento OS back in 2010. We got our first, from Adobe Commerce, we moved to Magento OS in 2013. And that's where I joined the company and I took over. And the reason was that because they thought that Adobe Commerce or Magento Commerce was not the right platform. So they switched to Magento OS, again 1.5, if you remember, 2013. I did the first major upgrade In 14 to 1.7, it was a responsive one because it was the, algo was changing. Mobile first was the requirement, so we did that. And then the major thing happened during the pandemic. So we did pretty good. Everything was shut down. And as a company, we were the only ones out of the whole kind of 10, 12 brands who were doing business like anything. So we saw some best times during the pandemic as an essential company or manufacturer. So our manufacturing units were open, only the essential staff was there, but we were all working from home and making sure. But one thing which we did was the M2 switch actually during the pandemic. So somehow our leadership thought like that's the best time that you guys are sitting home and probably doing nothing. So why don't you do that? So we were featured during our Magento Connect in 21 because a company which was doing B2B e-commerce on Magento OS, the whole M2 flip happened during the pandemic. So we featured our company and success story back then as well, and it was online as well. So it was a Zoom meeting actually. If people remembered who were there in 2021. So we have been around for 25 years in e-commerce this year, quarter a century, 15 years on Magento. So this year also marks our 15th year on Magento OS. Touchwood, 120% year-on-year growth from June to June through our SCO. So this is one of the things where someone was asking me earlier, like what gets us going as a D2C brand within the manufacturing fraternity? Innovation and staying ahead of the game. So, and someone asked me today as well, like what made you come to Magento, conferences and everything. So I always tell them like innovation and meeting great minds. I always come and I have this kind of analogy that I'll walk away with one good idea, a great idea worth looking into. So this year in this conference I've already got like few ideas which I'm going to work on when I get back, hopefully. So when we kind of summarize everything, we are like number one website when it comes to van, truck, and accessories in our niche market, acquired by Clearance in 2024. It's kind of a company roundup, like about American Van. I have a video just to show you like how we do it, but I'm going to play it at the end of my story. Some facts. I was given a very tight kind of a, kind of a, I don't know, on a tight leash. Actually, they told me like not to share a lot of numbers, but in digital world, nothing is, you can use SCM Rush and you can take an idea like what we're doing, how we're doing. So we're averaging about 150,000 unique visitors per month. They go through 800,000 page views, kind of in last 1 year. We maintain, I don't mind bragging about it, we maintain about 10x ROAS on Google Ads, and sometimes it's also higher. Again, we have a pretty good in-house team which manages everything. We are number one in our niche market on Facebook in our category for about 18,000 followers. Maybe a lot of people think like 18,000 followers are nothing, but when you're working in a manufacturing van and truck equipment side, it's a pretty good number because our organic reach is about 35,000. We have over 500,000 email subscribers, again, B2B guys. So whenever we send out anything, loyalty, exchange, or any offers or anything we have, they just jump to it. We got over 15,000 certified reviews. Loyalty is number one. And we got almost 4 and 5 star, over 14,000 4 and 5 star reviews. And that's what happens when you are in the game for like almost 45 years. And, and just people just love your product. We have third generation who are buying products from us. Their grandfather started buying from us through a catalog. They used to call in, or then their father started to fax in the order, or kind of a call center. Now we have a very small team in our call center. Most of the stuff happens online. Currently, online is now about 70% of our business. 30% comes from, we have brick and mortar stores, which we call our installation facilities. But 70%, imagine from 2010 to 2025, that's what happened. From 25% business, our online shift is now 70%. So 70% business comes from about from our direct channel, and 30% actually comes from our brick and mortar, or they use our B2B fleet services or corporate sales. UGC, I know everyone is talking about UGC is a big thing, so we adopted earlier, and that's what happened. I mean, we adopted Yotpo 10 years ago when it was a pretty small company. It wasn't a billion-dollar unicorn. So that's why we as a company suggested a lot of changes to Yotpo for B2B clients, which they did. We worked with another top company in our in shipping, actually, which I'm going to share after this slide. And again, 10 years. So any company which we work with or we have been working, it's almost 8, 10, or 9 years, because it's not easy to adopt any company or any software just like that. And then it's not easy to give them or adopt a new one or give them away. Actually, it's not easy for us to just take out someone, bring someone in, and take someone out, because the system is working. There's a lot of stuff happening in the back end, so we cannot just take out anyone because it looks good or works good. Overall, on Google right now, a lot of people who are from the agency, currently we, overall in our van equipment traffic, we get about 20% share organically, and 49% of the time our PPC ads are number one when they are searched. But now it's changing. It depends on the audience signals, locality, and how quickly you want to buy. But still, our traffic is pretty consistent. That's why hence the growth is there organically. I'm a firm believer of search engine optimization, but again, we're never shy to spend money and grab our market share and everything. Some website stats. It's our kind of our website. Again, that's how the search works for us. We have our top navigation where the products are listed. Then we have shop by vehicle. So every van which is available, or truck which is available in North America, which can be converted into a work van, we have storage solution for that. So if someone stumbles on our website, they don't know. So they click on the van because they know what they're driving, right? So they can click on it, and when they get to the landing page, everything which they see fits in their work van or work truck. That's the beauty of it. So, and then they can choose based on the choice they want, like aluminum, metal, or whatever, and they can check out. Same thing happens if you know your product. Just go to the product, click, check out. If not, then we have a kind of a predictive search through SearchSpring. So just type it up what you're looking for, and it's going to get you to that product and check out. So we are keeping that B2C style of e-commerce-ness in B2B. So not a lot of manufacturing or industrial guys apply that kind of a UI to a website. But end of the day, if it's a one-man company or or it's a 1,000-people company, everyone is buying from us. And you'll be surprised the names who shop directly from us. anyone and everyone who has a van in the government, city, state, municipality, non-profit, and average Joe, anyone, they buy from us. So that's why our growth is, we're beating our numbers year on year, actually. 9 major upgrades we have done so far. Right now I'm in OS 2.48 P1, working on P2, roughly 3,000 visits a day. Again, for a B2B niche subset of truck accessories market, it's a pretty significant traffic because the funnel is very small. We get about 2.6 million. We got about 2.6 million visits between 23 to 25, June to June, averaging 1 million visits per year. But the game changer was here. This thing, maybe in manufacturing or any D2C website or industrial site, this thing is real time. And it took us almost 1.5 years to develop this functionality, because when we looked into this thing, because we have brick and mortar stores, and then we're adopting a lot of new brands into our company. So everyone is coming in with the service centers and everything. So in our system, we have about 45 brick and mortar locations, like Sister Concern and everything. And then we bought a company, our parent company, who does, field installation. They come to you. So they come to the fleets and the big businesses, and they do the installation or upfitting on your site. So in real time, we enabled everyone. If they come to our website, they get to the checkout page. As soon as they put an address, if we have our brick and mortar, this UI will pop in, or pop up actually. So if they want to pick it up at the store, this is by default. So we're pushing people into our store or brick and mortar so they can pick it up for free. No shipping charge. And imagine, once I'm going to play the video, you'll see our 60% of our shipping goes LTL. Basically, it's a truck which pulls in and has to have a lift gate, and then you can get our product. And often it weighs about 1,000 pounds actually, 7 feet high. So picking up, and a lot of people spend a lot of money in shipping with us. So picking up is a big thing. And why we offer this thing, because when you walk into our brick and mortar, it's like a kid in a candy store. So our AOV goes sometimes 3x, because as soon as you see more stuff, and mind you, they are businesses, so they don't mind spending, because sooner their truck or van gets upfitted, quicker they're going to be on the road, and they'll recoup the money. So that's why our goal is to push them into a brick and mortar. That's a new thing for us. You shop at Walmart, Amazon, or whatever, you can pick it up from anywhere from nearest Walmart store or Whole Foods if you want to pick it up. But for industrial company, doing this thing in a real time was a challenge. I couldn't find any solution. I called my Magento friends. There wasn't any native solution available for us, so we had to build it from scratch. So old school. That's why we love Magento. You can do anything if you have a pretty good dev team. And installation. So this thing is like real time, based on your cart. If it's installable, we also calculate the rates and everything. So if you can pick and choose, now it's a pretty basic UI, but in the back end, everyone can imagine how many calls are going to the server, and you want to make sure that this is the make it and break it, because our AOV is 10 times of any D2C brand actually. So, B2C brand. So you don't want to lose a cart here. So a lot of thought process went on the checkout page, and keeping this UI also alive. And then on the mobile UI as well. So this is, you are seeing kind of a snapshot from, we kept the same UI for mobile and desktop, this part actually. And I had a lot of pushback from my business teams, from product team. Why can't we have something, going here and there in messages? And I showed them on the big screen, the mobile desktop or mobile version, like you have very less real estate to work with. So, and then they got the hang of it, that we're keeping, again, e-commerceness in the B2B world. So we got to give them some, like, kind of a more sleek UI. And this is our game changer thing. I cannot share the numbers, but this is our number one kind of has become revenue generator for our brick and mortar stores, where people come in, and guess what? We are charging them upfront. So whatever the order they are placing, we have the money, and now we are pushing them into a brick and mortar to go and spend more, actually. And then the rest is history. This is our style of success. Some companies we work with, and there are a few more actually over there. I call it eCommerce 360, works for us. That's what we developed. E-commerce traffic coming from multiple channels, website, landing page, user-friendly, product price competitive, shipping competitive, freight saver. We cannot offer free shipping. I'm sorry. I mean, my leadership team still can get it after 15 years with me, that free shipping will do wonders, but we can't. Somehow they say we can only offer freight saver or something like that. So that's why when I was looking at Uber Direct and I asked you those questions, like maybe I can have multiple shipping points. We have 3 distribution centers, but I can use my 45 brick and mortar for small shipments. So that's why I was thinking, they don't give me free shipping option, maybe I can come up with a way around, And then we have a pretty good warranty and returns customer service. We stay behind our product. We come from an old school, family-owned business. They always stand behind their product. So we had few customers coming back to us after 9 years that one of your van partition got rusty, and the owners replaced it. Says, oh, got rusty, shouldn't be. And he says, okay, we'll give you a new one. But happens once in a blue moon. So, we have that kind of a mindset. Like 99.9% of our customers are happy, and our return ratio is pretty high when it comes to our loyal customers. Delivery speed is pretty good. Imagine any ideas like how fast we ship these big items? 2 days. Well, industrial, come on, man, it's industrial. You're buying a whole, it goes on a pallet, LTL, Monday to Friday, So, and see, we ship it within 2 days. It goes cross-country from Northeast to California, but we ship it within 2 days. So, and that's how we figure out our manufacturing and everything. So, get it out the door, actually, as soon as possible. And 2 days is for a large order, for where you buy the whole storage solution, outside, inside. But if it's a small order, it gets out within a day or within a few hours. And then repeat. And that's how we win back our customers and everything. That's our methodology. These are the sites we have in our family. So American Van is on the top because of the business and kind of a traffic and everything. And then Rollright is, this group actually works between class 1 to class 12. These are the classes of the vehicles actually in the US. All these companies cover all classes and beyond that. So Rollright actually, they make tarps. It goes on the dump trucks, which you see over here. They're the market leader. They cover about 40% of the market share. And then Prime Design makes the ladder racks. They have, now we have just merged with another company out of Montreal. So their market share is about 45% now. Rearview Safety is, it's one of the companies that specialize in 360-degree telematics of, you can say, any work van, work truck, buses or trucks and everything. So they are the ones, and they're using AI for that in real time. Largest client of Rear View Safety is New York City buses. So if you see cameras over there, you'll see Safe Fleet written on it. In real time, they're keeping an eye on everything, and also multiple cameras in the bus. So they're also making sure the driver efficiency as well as the safety and security of the passengers and the people outside. I don't know, any guesses how many lawsuits New York City Transit has from people from New York? Any guesses per year? About $20 million. So what happened is that someone goes, bump into the bus, and they lay down on the road and say, they pushed me or whatever. So so our team went in and offered them this solution for 6 months on trial, and now they adopted it. It's been fifth year that now all the buses in New York City Transit are getting our solution, and not even New York City Transit. LA, Houston, everyone is jumping the bandwagon. Rigid Industries, they make all kind of lights. I'll tell, if you want to visit, it's one of the most updated websites. We just revamped it last month. These lights used on specialized vehicles, US military loves it. So every Humvee or every truck they have one of their lights. Then Truck Light is another company, as you say, Truck Light. So every truck which you see on the road in North America has one of the lights from this company. Truck Light EU, again for Europe. Then Lumitech Lighting, they make lighting for ILS, if you know the ILS system, for airports and everything. So they are the ones specialized in that. So across the world, all the airports, we see the lights, all kind of lights. We took the flight today. So all kind of, they make all those lights. So they are the market leader in that. Last but not the least, tsttruck.com, they are in the trucking PSI system, you know, the tires and everything. So they are the guys who make those, the system that goes around the tire and the pressure and everything. So it's also on Adobe Commerce. The first 5 websites are on Magenta OS, and from Rigid to TST, they're on Adobe Commerce. So it's a good mix for us, and we try to keep both sides, you know, happy. And it's a daunting task for my team and myself to keep everything on point, security and everything. Most of it is in-house, and obviously we work with agencies. The American story goes on, and now we have a video for you for 120 seconds. Whatever I have said, it narrates the whole story. Can we play the video, please? Thank you. Any questions? Yeah.
How are you mentioned a few things about marketing, SEO. How are you using ChatGPT and Gemini? Are you optimizing it for it as well, and how?
Great question. We have been a beta tester with Google Ads since 2015. So before, or at the edge, when they started adopting or opening up AI to everyone, so we started testing it, and that's why I say that's why we try to stay ahead of the game. So yes, we are using AI right now. Our search is through Search Ping is AI enabled. We're using we're optimizing now for ChatGPT and Gemini and everything. So it's improving day by day. I'm not saying we're on top of it. We have the chatbot available as we speak. The thing is, like, when I say, like, I come here for innovation, whenever American man adopts anything, now 9 brands will take it and just install it. So, and sometimes we fail, and sometimes we have a success. I mean, I know 2 years ago we met someone here in Meet Magento, New York. We adopted their product. We tested for 6 months, didn't work out. So what? Hard luck. But that's the beauty of being a manufacturing brand, that we have those kind of budgets that we can test things out, and if things don't work out, we just ditch it. But at the same time, yes, we try to stay ahead of the game, because all of our competitors, we have over 48 competitors online. Would you believe that? 48. Last 38 popped up in last 9 years. Until 2018, we had roughly 10, 12. After pandemic, everyone started selling online. And imagine still staying ahead of the game is our kind of our recipe, or kind of our business secret, But we invest a lot in R&D and everything. So whatever you see in the front, there's a lot of stuff already happening in the back end. So we started looking into AI and everything like almost 3 years ago. And then we started implementing whatever was working out for us, slowly and gradually, in our systems and everything. And mind you, there's a corporate culture, there's a red tape and everything also. So you have to convince the leadership as well. So, but I'm glad that they have picked up pretty fast.
So what's the percentage of sales now compared to the brick and mortar?
70-30. 70% is online, 30% is offline. We call it offline. Now offline can be brick and mortar. And mind you, remember I showed you, like, we have Web2 store pickup, and that's our #1 hit actually. So right now, when we shot this video, we had 6 locations actually. And now we are working with 45 and growing. So now our goal is, like, how fast we can give a resolution to our customers. So they get to the checkout page, you enter your address, and we tell them, like, hey, we can ship it to you. They're business guys, or like kind of they can get our product. But hey, if you come to our location, you can get it sooner, because we are maintaining inventory over there as well. So Web2 store pickup it's working out for us pretty good, yeah.
Does your website support, like, you talk about American Man, does it support schedule?
Oh, the scheduler and everything. We have the capability with our product. What happened is, the way, again, the back end, our mechanism is pretty robust. So as soon as the order gets placed, the customer gets a different email confirmation, and then within 48 hours they get a call from the store manager. So they get a call like, hey, I have your order, Manny. When would you like to come in? So we keep that we have kept that human touch in the middle as well. So once order gets placed, if it's on Friday, first thing Monday, the the showroom manager from Seattle or showroom manager from LA or Houston, they will call the customer up, excuse me, and they'll say, hey, your stuff is ready, when you want to come in? So, and they know that as soon as the guy comes in, the upselling, cross-selling kicks in, and I think 80% of the time, the customer end up spending more money with us. So the way the order goes from Magento to our ERP, they amend the order, the same order value, if it was, I'm just saying, throwing numbers here, $1,000, it ends up at $2,700, $3,000, $3,500 and stuff like that. Yep. Any other question for me? Yeah, go ahead.
So I guess, do you use an ERP to manage your inventory at all these different locations, or what are you using to manage the inventory?
Yeah, great question. NetSuite. Yeah. So NetSuite is there. So we have Magento, then we have Celigo we use, goes into NetSuite, and then NetSuite controls all the brick and mortar and everything, so everything is there, yeah.
So when someone comes and upsells, that goes directly into Magento, it updates within
We just use Magento as a front end. And we just developed a custom solution with PayPal, Braintree. We will be the third company in the country. It will empower NetSuite 5 times. So we had a need. We started talking to PayPal, and we developed the whole system for NetSuite. So it will kind of give us more power and kind of a more leverage on the NetSuite side, yeah. But everything happens in real time, actually. So you place in an order, it gets kind of pushed into NetSuite within, the cron job and everything happens every 15 minutes, yeah. Any other question? Oh, shipping is by Shipper HQ. I don't mind sharing their name. Joe Baker, she's a good friend. 10 years with them. I think we were among the first ones. And the good thing with Shipper HQ was they let us do a lot of customization for us. And then we tested their system for 6 months. Every system that you see over there, we at least tested for 90 days, or in some cases 6 months. Yatpo, almost 3 months. With Shipper HQ team, we worked for almost 6 months. We jointly did a lot of customization in past 10 years. And probably we have something in the making as well on the side. So Magento will find out soon. We're working with them as well. But there are a lot of companies which you see over there. We took our sweet time, or we took our time to kind of move everything to production.